Marriott's philosophy on upselling guests is to make meetings and catered events that much more extraordinary. Additionally, adding wines will elevate your BEO revenue. But more importantly, wine elevates the entire experience. With wine, the most important thing to bring to your customer is confidence. Believe in what you're presenting. To be successful at selling wine to your guests, guiding your clients through the process is critical. Be their consultant. To help you with being their consultant and ultimately help you sell wine to them, I've got a few tips that you can use in your presentation that can help. Commanding a wine conversation. Instead of asking, "Would you like wine at your event?" Don't even ask the question. Instead, approach the conversation assuming they want wine at their event. Of course they'll want wine. Here are 2 examples of how you could insert wine into your presentation. Now let's discuss how you would like to incorporate wines into the planning of your event. Or, I would love to do a tasting of some of our wines in order for you to choose which wines you would like at your event. Real wine recommendations. If they are having a plated dinner and there are multiple courses, offer them multiple wines. Recommend light wines like Pinot Grigio at the reception, then pour Chardonnay with their first course of pasta, and then end with Cabernet Sauvignon with their beef entree. It really makes the meal cohesive. Know that not everyone likes all types of wine, so offer a variety. Propose food and wine pairings. People love to hear about how wine and food work well together and appreciate recommendations. Feel free to use some of the food and wine suggestions I spoke about earlier. For a big sales opportunity, ask chef to join you by helping describe and add color to the proposed food flavors and aromas. Suggest a tasting. But before you do, be sure to have clean and polished glassware, water to drink, and some crackers to cleanse the palate. Pour the wine for both the client and yourself if you are tasting with them. You only need to pour about 1.5 ounces, just enough to taste the wine a few times, but also enough to give room to swirl. Now taste the wine. Swirl counterclockwise. This also increases the surface area and adds oxygen to the wine. Both things help open up the aromas, making the wine even more intense. Take a sniff of your glass 2 or 3 times before you taste. Most of what we are tasting is coming from the aromas we smell, so get a good whiff of your wine. Throw out a few of the aromas you are smelling to get the ball rolling on the descriptors. Ask them to tell you what they are smelling. This gets them involved in the conversation. Remember, you are trying to put them at ease, so don't correct them if their descriptors are slightly different from yours. Take a sip and describe what you are tasting in your mouth. Is your mouth watering? Does the wine feel soft and velvety? What flavors are you tasting? Describing the wine to them and letting them describe what they are tasting will create engagement and ownership, and they'll be more likely to ask to include wine in their event. Most importantly, have fun. Wine is an extension of the table. It not only whets the appetite, but it completes the meal. Owning the knowledge you have been given will bring much success to offer an amazing experience to your guests. Be confident, you got this.